Smart Berryman, everyone.
Yeah. Polyester. Polyester, everybody calls. How do you print on it? Why is it different? It falls in the category of nylon. Polyester is one of the things where you're going to end up doing names and numbers, all sorts of different techniques. This particular print has ribs in here. It's got little holes in here. You've got to sell it to your customer. Which way do you want it? There's a couple ways to do it. We can either bury the holes, or we can thin our inks a little bit, and you can see the little dimples in there. Most people probably want to see the dimples in there. So that would be, maybe we reduce the ink just slightly, and then put it through, flashing in between. Now, the trick is on this stuff is pretty good. Polyester is pretty good. It doesn't shrink like a nylon. But if you have it up, like here, like say you got a tag, and you use your flash unit, and you bring it over it, and you're waiting for this to dry, this will probably more likely burn because the air is getting underneath there. I've had tags actually rip out the top of these, and so, you know, these are more expensive than a regular t-shirt. And if we were doing like blazer jerseys or whatnot, you know, there's $30 that we have to replace, plus go through all the process of putting all the names. These are using multiple.
So it would be more ideal to remove the tag on there.
Be more ideal to put a lot of glue down there and make sure it doesn't come up. Or actually use a square board so it hangs off of it. That way you don't even encounter that problem. But, you know, you live and learn. So the way that I'm going to do this, I'm going to flash in between each color. Well, I'll show you one way where maybe we do a wet on wet. And then we'll just build it up as we go. And we'll make it nice. And I'm going to flat it. I'm going to use a straight up pass, pretty straight pass. And if you look closely, you can see it hasn't gone into the shirt. We're still holding those dimples. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a real quick flash. Real quick. Flash over here, we'll do it real fast.
So a quick flash is what, 5 minutes, seconds?
Not like that long.
Yeah, it depends on how hot your flash is, too.
This is pretty, just enough to kind of tack it. We don't want to overdo it. That looks pretty good. And you can see that we're retaining those holes there, all the little dips and peaks and valleys.
So why, when you did the black, that very first time, there was red in it?
Well, whoever set it up, we
I've done the red first.
We haven't established the sequence, so
Okay.
they're all touchy. And that's why you see it on the back. Yeah, we could go a lot of different ways on this. But say, for instance, if we had micro mesh with holes in it, like sports jerseys that the Blazers wear, all this ink is going to go into those holes. So you got to lay it in small layers, flashing in between until you get that to look pretty good, to make it look good. I'm doing this last. This is much thicker ink.
That's good.
So we've retained all the holes, even though it's not as bright as it could be. That's one way that we can do it. And then what we can do now is we can go back over it.
Show the other way.
Show it the opposite way, where we actually make it a little more vibrant, and we're going to lose the dimples of the holes.
Why would they want them? Why does that matter whether the holes are there?
Well, if we had like a jersey that had holes in it for basketball or something.
That's for breathing.
Right, that's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be open. A lot of printers, what we'll do, they'll come over and they'll just bury the holes. They'll just plastic, and then they don't always get all the holes. There's like a patch of them that never seem to, either they're full or they just don't look as good as they should. So I'm gonna go. Let's start with our red first again. So in this particular event, then we're gonna go with a we've already got a foundation on there. We'll probably need to put quite a bit of pressure on this. So now we've got a brighter. It's a longer process doing it this way, but it's kind of a way of cheating a white underbase.
That's an opaque, rye opaque red, right? I think.
Yeah, that's right opaque, so it's very thick. So we're going to let it cool. A lot of people don't wait to let it cool, and then they ruin a $30 gun. And then I'm going to go ahead and do this.
There we go.
And now we've filled it all in for the most part. We may have not had a long enough flash on the red, but it still looks pretty striking as it is. But this could take a lot of heat too. I mean, really, it's a lot more durable than, say, if it was nylon. It would be a lot harder.